And with that, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Willie Does Wrestling YouTube channel. This is your boy, Willie Does Wrestling. I am your host of this evening. My first live stream in months, I gotta say. And who better to have with me on this live stream than the man, the myth, the legend, my boy over there, the optimistic one, the heel, and as Dylan likes to say, Julia Hart's husband, whether or not that's true, the one and only Wolferus. And Wolf, how are you doing on this fine
I
day?
am. I'm all right. Honestly, I'm alive, living, um, doing fine. Honestly, not happy with how last night went. Not
Last
happy.
last night, it was this
Yeah, the
morning.
morning. The morning. I'm sorry, morning.
It was this
Uh,
morning. We're
it's
not used to saying that,
yeah. It's
but
roughly the same to me, but yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. But today, obviously, if you could tell by the title, we're doing a little bit of double duty here today. We are discussing we're discussing today's Elimination Chamber pay per view in Perth, Australia. I'm also joined by a nice koala. I learned today from Michael Cole and Corey Graves that it's not koala bear, it's koala. So that's good to know. Um, in my lovely background. We're going to discuss the Elimination Chamber first, and then we'll do our predictions for AEW Revolution because on this channel we love predicting things early. If you are in the chat right now, be sure to leave your thoughts of the Elimination Chamber down in the comments below. And if you are watching the video replay, do the exact same thing. Also, leave your predictions for AEW Revolution. We're going to go for this review in chronological order. We'll discuss every single match. I am not going to talk about the women's tag team title match. Okay. Like, I don't like kickoff matches. And also I was fast asleep like a little baby during the women's tag team title
It
match.
was
Knew
pretty
there was
quick, honestly. I'll just briefly touch on it. It was quick.
yeah.
Obviously, Kabuki Warriors won.
Yeah.
But what was nice was that Indy and Candace got a standing ovation afterwards, and I was like, okay, good for Indy.
Yeah, no, it was clearly done to give Indy a match in Australia, which I didn't mind, to be quite honest. I thought it was a nice touch. But yeah, in the long run, I was just like, I'm not watching this. I know the Kabuki Warriors are going to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty obvious. But we did start off with a women's match. The women got a lot of exposure on this night. We started with probably the most controversial match on the card, which is to be expected. It was the women's elimination chamber match, which featured Becky Lynch, Liv
Oh,
Morgan, Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, and Naomi. Now, um, Becky Lynch got the win. It was a fun elimination chamber match. So, Wolf, I'm going to start with you. What were your thoughts on the elimination chamber match as a whole? What were your thoughts, and what frustrations maybe
uh,
you may or may not have?
honestly, the match was phenomenal. The match, oh, I loved it. It was great. Showcased every woman well, especially Tiffany Stratton. Massive, like she decided to that day, like today was overdrive day. It was like
Yeah.
no more slacking off, no more uh missing moonsaults, no more uh just doing casual moves, like just taking it easy. No, now it's basically this is uh, she treated it like WrestleMania, which uh, with the way they were reacting, they loved her. They loved her. They were chanting for her during the men's chamber too. Uh, yeah. So honestly, definitely a great match. My only problem with it was that ending with like I didn't hate the roll up on Bianca from Liv. That was amazing. That was a shock factor. But having Becky eliminate Liv instantly afterwards, that was disastrous. That was terrible. Um, it killed the mood for that match. Like it was a phenomenal match. Like I was genuinely expecting like 2 minutes maybe more of Liv Becky just going at it at the end, and then even if Becky won, they fight it out. They're both on the ground. Becky barely wins, like the arm draped over Liv, whatever. That would have been perfect. It would have been. I'd be disappointed if Becky won, but I'd be like, still good match, great match, possible match of the year contender already. But that ending killed the mood. I was so mad. Um, it's just so stupid. Like, why? Why? Like, I was just angry just because that was. It's like, and I've been like, I've still been restraining myself whenever I talk about this with Dylan and the others. Um, this is like if this stays Becky versus Rhea, that is easily the lamest women's match of WrestleMania 40, and I don't need to see the rest. It's easily going to be the lamest match because it's a 5 week build match. It's a 5 week build. There's zero. They have nothing for Becky Rhea right now. There's 4 stare downs and a generic average Rumble season setup promo that wasn't even Becky's best. It was stupid, very stupid. Yeah, I'm really hoping they change things. But
Well, yeah, I kind of have conflicting thoughts with this, and I'm sorry if I cut you off there, but like the match itself, I do agree with you. Absolutely amazing. Everyone had their time to shine. Kudos to Raquel Rodriguez as well for going out there with
or
her
their
skin
skin
condition.
condition.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. Her face was like all swollen, but she still went out there, looked like a champ. But Tiffany Stratton, man, and especially seeing the reactions on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, she is a star. She is quickly becoming a fan favorite if she wasn't already. She's becoming a star in the main roster, pulling things off that I didn't even think she would be able to do. Like, I'm not a big NXT watcher like
Yeah,
you or anyone else is.
yeah.
Um, but I was very, very happy with how this elimination chamber played out and how the women got all this time to shine and all the high spots and everything. I do agree that the finish was a little bit rushed. I feel like, yes, you should have had Liv and Becky trade a little bit of blows, especially since Liv was also a favorite to win, and you made her kind of look like a
You made her
jobber
look like a
there.
joke.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I I I'm fine with Becky winning this. Like, especially with how much that they've teased it and all that jazz. Like, it would have been stupid to have Becky avoid Rhea for a whole year and this match not take place at WrestleMania.
The
And
way I
I
see it, the
know.
way this whole setup between Becky and Rhea was, it just reminds me of this feels like a alternate ending of last year of what would it be like if Rhea chose Bianca instead of
Mm,
Charlotte and replaced Bianca with Becky. That is exactly what you have with Becky and Rhea.
hmm.
That it's just Bianca and Rhea instead of Bianca Becky. Like it's dumb. It's dumb. I don't care for this match. I don't care for um it at all. There's zero weight behind it. There's zero relevance behind it. This is only because of Becky's book that no one cares about.
Becky's
I'm sure
book.
it's great. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great book, but no one's going to be thinking about it during WrestleMania. And I'm as Paul Heyman would say, this ain't a prediction, it's a spoiler. 2 to 3 years from now, maybe 5 if we're being generous, people are gonna forget Becky versus Rhea happened. Like it's gonna be an
Mm,
afterthought. Like people will be like, "Oh yeah, Becky Rhea happened,"
that's
and
a hot take.
move on. Like people are not gonna remember this because Rhea is guaranteed to retain.
I mean, Rhea, I'll be
Because
real
if
here.
Becky wins, it hurts. It doesn't like hurt Rhea's career. It just hinders her. It just holds her back
I'll be
because
real
her
here.
main
I
accomplishment
think
is beating Charlotte.
I think Rhea would have retained if Liv won too. And I know there are going to be certain
I
people in the IWC that
I
would
disagree. I feel like
disagree.
it
Yeah.
could have been. I feel like I feel like Rhea would have probably fought for it again at Backlash, but
Oh yeah,
I feel
definitely.
like but the thing is, even if she won, if it was against Liv, it would be a bigger moment, more impact than against Becky. Like like if Becky wins, what has Rhea like done that's like very impactful other than beating Charlotte? And if Rhea wins, okay, what was the point of this match? Who does that benefit? No one. But
Well,
slightly Rhea does a bit, but
I'll ask you a question before we transition to the next match. How would you feel if they made it a triple threat?
better, so much better. If we really, if we, it would be so much better, and it would actually help Liv's career because if Liv does not um is nowhere near that title match at WrestleMania and does something else. I saw a picture of her like taking a picture with Natalia. If she becomes Natalia's new partner, I'm literally like going to lose it because that's a
she'll,
burial. That is
she'll
a
be Natalia's
technically a
like
burial.
she'll be like Natalia's 15th tag partner, and the women's tag division was created like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean we still have Tegan, so like
Yeah, and there's Tegan too. Like, what the hell?
yeah.
Yeah, I felt like they did make the right decision by having Becky win. I felt like, Becky's more of a star. They want the big money match. And I know I sound a bit hypocritical because a lot of people said that about Roman Rock. And everyone was like, we want Cody. And now I see people do we want Liv. And it's like it doesn't hold the same weight because Cody earned his shot. Like, we're not going to backtrack Becky now because Becky earned her shot now. Liv, if they make it a triple threat, I do agree. Great.
I,
But
I say
I
Liv
don't know.
goes full heel and tries taking out Becky.
That wouldn't be too bad either.
I'd take out Becky to take her spot. Becky still stay if you want to keep Becky in for Mania. Becky can stay, but insert Liv into the match. Um, and then you have Rhea, Becky, and a heel Liv. So Becky would be the face, but Liv
Yeah,
can
Becky would
finally
be the
get her
baby.
moment or at least look much better because if Liv is nowhere near the title match, then like you basically killed the momentum. You are killing the momentum, and with between Rhea and Liv, you basically can forget about it. Forget about Liv becoming champion for probably the year. Um, because like WWE won't believe in her, but they believe in the horsewoman and then like Rhea Bianca. That's it.
It's been
Uh,
like that for a couple of years now.
yeah, and
I
before
feel
she
that.
left, Ronda.
Oh, yeah. Well, UFC kind of built that. I
Yeah,
mean, let's be real.
yeah.
But enough about the women's chamber. We move on to the next match. Uh, the new Catch Republic challenging the Judgment Day for the undisputed WWE Tag Team titles. And I'm going to be real here. There were multiple points in this match where I thought the New Catch Republic were going to win. This was a very great match. Very, very good match. Great double teams by Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne. Love that they had time to shine on the on a main roster pay-per-view like this. Absence of JD McDonough. Like, I know maybe not a lot of
Yeah,
people I know not a lot of people probably care about JD McDonough, but the whole time I was watching this match, I was like, where was he?
yeah,
And R-Truth, I mean, yeah, they did a little gag where he was in Austria instead
yeah.
of Australia. So I was like, okay, I can understand No Truth. Um, but before I let you speak, I'm gonna fantasy book. I think that we're gonna go full steam ahead to Mania, and I think maybe the Awesome Truth will challenge and beat the Judgment Day for the undisputed tag team championship. That's my
Yeah,
fantasy booking for the
that's
Judgment Day.
most likely gonna happen because there's like, what do you do otherwise? Um, it's the only thing that really makes sense. I do think Miz and Truth end up winning the tag titles at WrestleMania. Um, Probably might not have a long reign or anything, but
No.
it'll still be the two that are gonna be Finn and Damien.
But what were your thoughts on the match overall?
Great match, honestly. I also love the match. Tyler Bate, and I knew Judgment Day was retaining, but Dunn and Bate really impressed. Honestly, they showed their talent that we all knew they had. Uh, and I genuinely loved it. Also, the crowd was amazing. They
Oh
were
yeah.
literally they were flipping off Dom and cursing him out so much to the point that WWE had to that they literally had to darken the crowd
They
because of
had
the
to
fact
cut
they
the
were flipping
screen
off
black.
Dom. Too.
On my network stream when I was watching the show, the crowd
Yeah,
went black for about like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And I was like, what's going on
yeah.
with my
When Dom got
WWE network?
ejected, that's when I saw the
Yeah. And then during work today, I saw a post saying that the reason why they did that was because like the entire front row was flipping off Dominic Mysterio. I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, that's why." Okay. Um and when Dom got ejected, I was like, "Oh my god, they're actually going to make Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate win." And maybe that's just the gullible fan in me, but I thought that would happen.
Yeah.
You never know. You could have had Finn Damien at Mania, but now that they retained, I'm going Awesome Truth Judgment Day.
Yeah, I mean, a few months ago, I would have thought that they do the whole judgment when we were thinking of the possibility of Damien leaving Judgment Day. I did think we might see Finn versus Damien 1-on-1 at WrestleMania, but now I don't know
Yeah.
how that's gonna. I think now it's just a matter of after me. It's like a post Mania thing.
Yeah, it could be like Bash at Berlin or SummerSlam even. Like that could definitely happen. But either way, great tag team match and the NXT Black and Gold fan in me was very impressed with this. Now we go from impressions to, in my opinion at least, disappointment. Because we had the Grayson Waller effect, Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And I don't know, man. This was skippable. This was something
Yeah,
we could have
I
had on
mean,
Raw.
it was predictable what was going to happen. It was either going to be something involving Theory and Grayson and Cody and Seth, or Bloodline would come out and Cody and Seth would be on top. And it was like, yeah, I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Um, I did see a couple details that was interesting to me. Theory actually showed like he seemed to like at least be doing something because like when he was uh like imitating The Rock. He like kept it going as Seth was like throwing him into the side. I'm like, all right, great job. Uh,
Little bit of a callback to the Messiah disciple days.
yeah,
um, yeah, like I honestly had very high expectations for this because the whole Grayson Waller Roman Reigns interactions, I thought that maybe that was when we were going to get the official announcement of Rock Seth versus Cody Seth versus Rock and Roman, and it didn't happen. It was just Grayson Waller being a fanboy while The Rock says, while Cody says, "Oh, you could tell I woke up at 5 a.m."
yeah.
saying, "I call out The Rock to a match anytime, any place." Now, I don't I was just like, "Oh, because anytime, any place means WrestleMania night
I
one."
mean, could be Mania. It could also be SmackDown because this SmackDown, March 1st, I believe, is March 1st. The Rock will be there.
Yeah, but
Um,
do you really think he's gonna wrestle on free TV? The greatest actor, well, not the greatest, but the biggest actor in the world?
yeah,
Like they wouldn't do that.
yeah.
Like as much as I would probably like piss my pants in excitement, it wouldn't happen. So yeah, maybe it might be one on one between Rock and Cody because Seth is most likely facing Drew in night one. They're not going to
Yeah.
have both men's world titles be on night two and have the tag match.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not.
So
All the
I'm
time
completely
world
fine.
titles usually are on separate nights. So like, I'm pretty sure. Charlotte Rio was night one. Bianca Asuka was night two. Um,
Yeah,
and what's it called? Also, well, we only have one men's
Universal.
world title, which was Roman.
I think Mania 36. Oh, actually, I think Mania 36. Both world titles were night two.
Oh, that's weird.
Strowman, Goldberg, and then McIntyre, Lesnar. But either way, it was skippable. And the one detail that everyone really talks about was when Seth really was beating down Austin Theory, Grayson Waller just like stepped back and allowed that to happen, which is
No,
kind of
Strowman Goldberg was night one, by the way.
oh okay
Yeah,
okay all right
yeah, it was the co-main event though.
oh okay
Yeah,
well there
because
you go.
main event of 36 was night one was Taker
Taker and
AJ.
Styles, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I think they're planting the seeds for Grayson Waller Austin Theory split maybe at Mania, which I would
Yeah,
love. I'd love
because
it.
it seemed like Grayson was acting kind of like, I mean, I don't think it was a face, like I think because like
Tweener.
everyone in Australia loved Grayson Waller obviously, but the
Yeah.
thing is he was standing there doing nothing, and I was like, um the thing is like, if anything, I think Theory might be the one turning face. uh
Honestly, I'd love Babyface Theory. Babyface Theory in NXT was fucking great.
It was awesome, yeah. The thing is, I was interested to see. I thought, what's it called? We would find out what Roman said to Grayson, because he
Yeah.
on SmackDown he said like, this is something for your ears only,
Yeah, and
and
then nothing
I don't
happened.
know. Maybe he told him to what's it called? Not do anything for Theory.
Yeah, your buddy over there? Screw him. I don't like him.
Yeah.
Um yeah, well, like this whole Mania 40 build is just filled with more questions than answers, and at this point it's becoming more of a bad thing than a good thing because it's like, come on, man. Like I get it, suspense creates views, but at the end of the day, it's like, is Cody pulling double duty on both nights? Are both world title matches being on night 2 to create this tag match? Like, what's going on? And hopefully on March 1st, we can understand what is going on. But in terms of the actual segment, I felt was a complete waste of time and was just an
Yeah,
excuse to get Cody, Seth, and Waller
yeah,
on the card, while Theory was just the butt of the joke. So
yeah,
we'll move on to more important matters at hand. The match I fell asleep during, no fault to the talent. I had to
yeah.
rewatch this match. It was the men's elimination chamber match. Oh, there's Leo already going in the chat. I don't like how they did Liv Morgan. She had a good showing, but I feel like they screwed her. Yeah, that finish was bad, but Leo,
Yeah, I'll be
yeah,
honest.
I'm
I
fine with
mean,
Becky.
a friend of mine, what's it called, told me of the idea of how it was reminding him of what's it called? Jeff Hardy, 2008. Of how
2008 Hardy?
Yeah, when they were how they built up Jeff Hardy, like all the time he would like be so close to winning the world title, and it would be like just taken away from him, just pulled out under the rug. Like Michael Cole even had said it recently for Liv. Um, and then ultimately Jeff Hardy won the world title at Armageddon. So I don't know, but
Well, Leo, I don't know if you're still in the stream or if you tuned in earlier, but we thought maybe it would be a good thing if Liv got inserted into the title match and maybe even turn heel, as Wolf said. As Leo now says, I feel like she's going to turn heel before Mania some way. She's going to get involved in the Rhea Becky feud. Hey,
injure Becky.
you quoted Wolf verbatim just
Yeah.
there earlier.
Try injuring Becky.
That'd be good.
That's what Liv should be doing.
That'd be good.
Um, yeah.
But anyway, we move on to the men's elimination chamber match where Drew McIntyre defeated Randy Orton, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Logan Paul in the elimination chamber match for the right.
I need to show you something so important. So important that I shared in the group chat, I think.
What?
Hold on, I want to see if I. Oh, I didn't actually. My bad.
Yeah, I don't think you showed me it at all.
No. I thought I
Great.
did
Now
in
I gotta
the
open my
voice
Twitter.
chat, but hold on. I'm going to find it. But you talk about men's chamber.
Yeah. So while you find that, I'll talk about the men's elimination chamber match. I loved how Kevin Owens like showcased his pure on-site hatred for Logan Paul.
He was amazing, like the whole time. Like
He
he was
was a
just
madman.
comedy, man. It was just comedy.
The amount of times I saw that one clip of like Logan Paul entering the chamber and then Kevin Owens just bashing his head on the
Yeah, for
elimination
sure.
chamber pod. It was so great.
Absolutely.
LA Knight's entrance did pretty good as well. He got a good pop.
Yep.
Um, I was genuinely concerned for Randy Orton though because he was selling his back injury
Yeah.
so well
So
during this
well.
match.
One of the best ever. It's amazing.
I was watching that match and I was like, "Oh, don't tell me he injured his back again." Leo says, "Are we getting a triple threat with Logan, Randy, and Kevin for the United States
I'll
Championship?"
be honest. Regarding that U.S. title, I don't know. It seems like what will probably happen and what is probably the best course of action is a multi-man ladder match. You have Logan, Randy, Kevin, AJ, Knight, throw in Bobby and Cross if you want.
Yeah,
Um,
they need something to do.
yeah,
I feel like the more traditional approach is Logan Kevin one-on-one rematch, no disqualification.
Yeah, I
And
could see that.
then kind of spoiling another thing that happened in this chamber, AJ Styles getting
No,
involved
right.
on site, beating up LA Knight. I feel like you got to give Styles and LA Knight one on one. You got
Yeah,
to give them that. And having it at WrestleMania, because how many
it's
singles matches will
it
AJ
would be
have?
great, but like the thing is, like I don't know how to feel about it because LA Knight would be moved away from a title scene. Yes, AJ is one of the best ever, and having that kind of opponent is not terrible at Mania, but like I don't know, I just feel like it would be better to have. It would be more impactful if there was a title involved.
True.
Uh, so yeah, that's why I said uh, the best course of action is a multi-man ladder match with everyone.
Which I wouldn't mind either.
Especially since, like, if like, what would you in the scenario you painted out, Willie? Like, where would that leave Randy Orton? Because Randy's definitely not missing WrestleMania.
See, yeah,
Um,
see, that's where I'm conflicted
because like the
because
thing is, but I mean, the thing is, it would leave like basically like two possible opponents, uh, which would be um Breaker or um what's his name? Solo.
yeah, and we already had Solo versus Randy. If we
Yeah.
never got that
I
Solo
mean,
versus Randy match on SmackDown, I would have given it
another
to
match we
Solo.
could possibly get, like, if like people were thinking about a tag team match between Cody and Seth, and then Rock and Roman. But with Seth having that World Heavyweight Championship match to deal with, just replace Seth with Randy.
Have a legacy
Yeah,
reunion.
Cody and Randy versus Rock Roman.
That would
Especially
be
since
sick.
Randy still hates the bloodline.
Yeah, they did nothing with that. Well, no, no, no. The
They
Royal
didn't do
Rumble,
nothing. They
but
gave Randy a title
they
opportunity.
gave him a limited
Yeah.
amount of things to do. That's what I meant. It was limited.
Anyway, I found the funny thing that
The
I sent
funny
to you.
thing. Show me the funny thing.
That is all you need to see.
Oh, hold on, hold on,
Bobby is entering and he's like,
hold on, hold on, hold on. I need to share this. Look at that face. Yeah, no, that was another thing I wanted to point out too. When Bobby Lashley fucking entered the match and he was there like, "What, me now? What? No."
yeah. I'll be honest. I just realized something within the chamber matches that there were two shockers. I'm surprised didn't happen. Which was the fact that we got no like Cross didn't show up.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was shocked by that
go
too.
after Bobby. Um, Also, they didn't have Jade in the women's like get involved in the women's chamber, which I thought was kind of ridiculous because like how are you going to set up the possibility of Bianca Jade at WrestleMania? And I don't know. People are saying we might get Bianca Tiffany
A
at
lot of people
WrestleMania.
like I've seen some say that Bianca would team with Jade to take on Kabuki
I would
Warrior.
love that. I would think that would be a great idea. But the thing is, like,
Yeah, me too, especially if they still think Jade has a limited amount of training, then I
yeah,
think that would be
like
a perfect
Bianca
way to go.
Jade, especially since I would love to see Jade as a babyface.
Oh yeah.
But if like I personally think regarding Tiffany, you have Naomi fight her at WrestleMania. Um,
Ooh.
the thing is, the it's like if we do Bianca Tiffany, I like basically the only opponent left for her is like Naya.
Yeah, I don't want to
Which
see
I
Jade
mean,
versus
that
Nia.
would be fine. Like having Jade as a baby face start off with Nia, especially
Jade
since
Jade
she
would be
picked
injured.
up Nia and eliminated her from the Rumble by herself. Like Jade versus Nia would be like big, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just have
Well, we'll get to that later. But the men's chamber, obviously McIntyre won, which was obvious.
yeah.
Um, because he was the only Raw guy in a
Yeah,
match filled
Kevin
with
seemed to
SmackDown.
like at least kind of make things like more hilarious. Apparently he also did a choke slam for a Make a Wish kid. He
Yeah,
like
Kevin
promised
Owens.
Make a Wish kid to do a choke slam during the chamber match, and he did it on LA Knight, I think.
Yep.
Uh, like also when Knight was like banging Drew on Kevin's pod,
And
Kevin was
Kevin was
punching the
punching the pod glass. Kevin Owens was an MVP in this match. I don't care what anybody says.
It's honestly great.
Oh, Lashley spearing Logan Paul through a pod as well.
Yeah.
I think Logan
Also,
Paul was the runner up as well, wasn't he?
no, Randy was, I think.
Oh,
Right.
okay. When I fell asleep, Logan was standing tall, so I thought he was
Yeah,
runner up.
because Logan, I think, costed Randy um, the match against McIntyre, but yeah, I think
Oh,
Randy
I
won.
swear, if they give Randy Logan a one-on-one match, I'm gonna cry.
I
Oh, that's probably where Leo is getting the idea of the triple threat.
Nah,
Logan
dude, I don't need to do that. Well, man, I was
I
a
don't
week
know.
ago. I was speculating Randy versus Kevin because they never fought 1-on-1 in pay-per-view before. Uh,
Oh, I didn't even know that. Like, yeah, they had a tag match at Clash of
but
Champions.
like now, God,
Uh,
yeah, it's really the best option you can do is multi-man ladder. For
which I
me,
wouldn't mind. I mean, look at all the Intercontinental title ladder matches at WrestleMania. They killed it. Like Mania 31 and 32.
yeah.
Like, of course. So yeah, McIntyre won. Uh, Pretty obvious, and maybe Sami Zayn gets involved in this. We never know. Maybe we just all want triple threats at Mania 40. So we don't know.
Yeah, get as much people because like the thing is the what's it called Mania 40 is also an hour earlier.
Yeah, exactly. More matches
So
we can
they
put on the
clearly want more matches. So definitely I'm thinking because like I was thinking there's probably gonna be 7 matches each night, and then I realized oh wait, hour earlier, so
and
maybe
then
like
a kickoff at 6, probably
yeah,
a match. Like they won't do the Andre Battle Royal because that's usually the SmackDown before that they do
yeah,
it now. So you never know. But then
yeah.
we move on to the main event of the evening, which was Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. And come on, guys. There were people
Everyone
genuinely
loves Rhea. Everyone loves mommy.
there were people that genuinely thought that Nia Jax was going to win the Women's World
It
Championship. And
would
I'm
have
there
been
like,
so
no,
funny. It
it
would have
would have.
been so funny if Nia won. Even if it was a matter of like a like attacking Rhea or costing Rhea, I would be laughing so hard. I'd be like, yeah, especially after the what happened in the women's chamber. I'd be like, get
You get Becky and
um,
Nia.
Becky and Nia at Mania for the title. I'd be like, get dunked on.
Wow. I mean, you could have then Liv and Rhea would be non-title. There you go, the revenge arc.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but like it was. The thing is, like, Becky and Nia have more to each other than Becky
Becky
and
and
Rhea,
Rhea.
honestly.
Yeah, I think it's like they only did Rhea Becky for the big money match and two of the biggest women
Which
stars.
is weird because they didn't do that last year.
They didn't
Like,
do it at Mania 35. Becky and
yeah, like
Ronda, and
at
they inserted
Mania
Charlotte Flair.
39, like they're like yes, Charlotte was a big name, but no one was asking for it. No one wanted
Everyone
Rhea.
wanted
Everyone
Bianca.
wanted Rhea Bianca.
Yeah,
Uh, and I would argue that was a bigger match because of the fact that they were at the top of the same level. Like, yes, Charlotte had more experience, more like accomplishment, more. It was on a higher level, which
yep.
elevated Rhea further, and there was a motive behind it. And honestly, Rhea choosing Charlotte was the correct option. Like, looking back into it, I even completely forgot about Charlotte versus Rhea at 37 or whatever it was. What the
36.
year that Charlotte won the Rumble.
36.
Because that was like pandemic years. That was like, I choose to forget those years
Yeah.
for good reason.
But anyways, more to the match. I love this crowd during this match. The my whole chant. Oh man. That was brilliant. Um Naya was dominating most of this match as well.
Yeah,
Like
they
I felt like that was a
definitely did
running
it
theme.
to make. Uh, they definitely high on Naya. I don't know why, but uh,
I think Naya's an
I
okay
don't
wrestler.
like Naya. I find her boring. Her move set's basically the same. She has the same like two moves. Um,
She went for the
and
annihilator like 5 times.
yeah, she also like is not great. She's like like just garbage on the mic. I mean, there's worse, but like she
Marina Shafir. But yeah, yeah, I do understand
horseshoe
that.
moment.
But I did like how they made Rhea look like a baby face in this
Yeah,
match.
yeah, and Australia loved her, and she was getting ovation and everything. It was like it was good.
Her family was there.
Yeah,
The
good
one
for her.
spot though I was genuinely scared for was when Rhea did the Samoan drop on the table and Rhea's like lower back landed on one of the monitors. Ugh, that was scary stuff. And then one riptide and Rhea wins. It's like,
Yeah, that was
okay.
weird.
I thought that was pretty stupid. The match overall was very good, probably one of the best of Naya's entire career.
Yeah,
But like one Riptide and Rhea wins, it's like, okay, all right. But it was a fun way to end the show, a good women's match. Like I said earlier in this stream, it was great that the women got so much focus. More women's matches than there were men. The IWC can rejoice. Um, and yeah, that was the end of the Elimination Chamber. Wolf, I'll let you go first. Final score, good points, bad points before we move on to Revolution prediction.
this is weird because like the the pay per view or the card of the pay per view, like despite the fact it was short, was great.
Oh yeah,
The matches like it when you see it and you just look at the matchups, it's like this is amazing. Plus Australia, Grayson Waller is so right. Best what's it called? Audience, fans, whatever in the world, easily. Like,
yeah, I
oh my
agree.
god, that crowd was amazing.
That crowd was sick.
Yeah, honestly, the crowd might have helped save that pay per view because if we had a bad crowd with how things went, yeah, that would have been terrible. Despite the great matches, um, like a dead crowd would have just made this a horrible pay per view, or one of the worst ever. But the crowd was amazing. The matches also delivered. Really, the only downside was that ending of the women's chamber
Yeah,
uh, just being bad. Why would you have Becky instantly beat Liv? And why wouldn't you like ever like you wouldn't even like set up Jade like I don't know, that's weird. Um the the men's chamber looked decent, maybe dragged out a bit. But it also looked good. The and of course it had some funny spots. The
Mhm.
main event also seemed all right. Pretty nice. A little weird, but fine. So overall, B level pay per view, B grade. It was great, but like, what is going on? I'm like
Mhm.
confused. So like, I'm usually ranking out of like grading out of
Out of
five. 3, I guess, because like
three.
it was good but disappointing and like underwhelming at the same time. It was weird. It was just weird.
All right, so my turn. I liked the women's chamber. I'm fine with the result. I know a lot of people aren't, but I'm completely fine with Becky versus Rhea. The finish, though, I am not the big fan of, and I do 100% agree
Yeah,
with
like
that.
I said, I'm more mad about the finish than I am of the result.
Yeah.
I don't care for the result anymore. It's like, nah, that finish was just terrible.
uh, Tiffany Stratton looked like a star. Kudos to Raquel Rodriguez for going out in her condition. Absolutely, actually queen shit right there. And yeah, all the women had time to shine there. New Catch Republic continue to shine the more and more that they team together, and I hope that they remain a team, not forever, but like for the next few years. Like, come on, man. Um, yeah, absence of JD McDonough. In my opinion, I missed my fellow Irishman there. Why the hell wasn't he there? Anyways, then we go on to the men's chamber. Kevin Owens, 100% pure entertainer. McIntyre won, which I felt was the right and most obvious choice. Kind of predictable on that part. And the women's world championship match did what it intended to do, and it made Rhea Ripley look good. So overall, I'm going to give this probably a 3.5 out of 5. Like, uh, I feel like it would have gained more points if the Grayson Waller effect segment really meant something in the long run, and we had a good scoop, as they liked to say during that segment. But the only scoop was Cody Rhodes calling out The Rock anytime, any place, which is like, come on, man. Like, really, you're going to give us another cliffhanger on a PLE? Imagine if people had to pay the $50 for this on their cable box. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for the Elimination Chamber. Very good show. And yeah, that crowd, it also gave it like zero point 0.5 popularity points. Otherwise, it'd be the same as yours. Uh, but with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the AEW Revolution 2024 predictions. We're going to predict all the matches that are official as of right now. We won't go in a fantasy booking tangent with this one. That is way too bright green. There we go. And then we'll just talk about every match on the card. And that will be that. So I'm going to share the screen. I don't know if y'all will be able to read all that, but we'll see. So we'll go bottom to the top. What the fuck? This just goes to show that I don't watch AEW. Meat Madness match.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that either. I guess it was maybe on Rampage. Oh wait, no, Wardlow was ranting about what's it called, not getting stuff. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, okay. So
whatever,
Powerhouse Hobbs, Wardlow,
and others
probably
to
just
be
the big
announced.
people. So like I'm guessing Miro
Big
will be in there.
Miro, Big Bill,
Yeah,
Brian Cage.
I'm guessing that's a kickoff match. To be honest, kickoff show match.
It really seems like it. So I don't care who else is in this match. I'm just going to be quick with this. Wardlow, That's it.
Yeah,
That's,
Wardlow does need that win, honestly.
it seems like this match was made for him anyway.
Yeah.
And like, who else would you have win? Like, why? Like, who cares about a meat madness match? Just an excuse to get big meaty men slapping meat. And I don't think Big E
Yeah,
would
I
even
mean,
approve
not
it.
only that, but like the whole thing about Undisputed Kingdom, like, yeah, Wardlow needs a win.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad about how the Undisputed Kingdom are being presented, but I guess with Adam Cole being injured, there's like not a lot you can really do with that storyline just yet. So I think they're trying to build Wardlow up while Adam Cole is
I mean, they're
getting
still, I think, doing
better.
well. Oh,
But yeah, as I get a Revolution logo going, I'm gonna let you go on a bit of a tangent because the next match on the list is a match that you, Dylan, and all the other boys were absolutely happy about. That being Will Ospreay going one on one with fellow Don Callis family member Konosuke Takeshita. What are your thoughts on this match?
uh, so wait, what? So you hold on. Wait, which one is? Oh, Osprey Kanosuke. Bottom up.
Osprey Takeshita. I'm
Yeah.
going bottom to the top.
Yeah. Amazing match. Amazing match. Best wrestler in the world today right now versus an upcomer in Takeshita. Like, wow, 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 wow. Amazing. If I mean that is an incredible first match. As an AEW superstar for Osprey. I the way I see it, this will probably lead to Osprey leaving the Don Callis family and becoming a babyface. Uh, Even though it sounds like strange because he's been a heel, but yeah, I definitely see Osprey like Callis trying to turn on Osprey, and Osprey sees it and is like, "Screw you." Uh, Because then you could also ultimately do Osprey versus Fletcher. You could do like
You do Sammy and Osprey versus
yeah,
Hobbs and Takeshita.
yeah, probably Jericho and Osprey more likely, but
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
gonna
thinking more
just
of like
stay on Jericho.
former members of the Don Callis family.
But yeah, I'm genuinely excited to see what comes from this, and if by some chance, some miracle, uh Takeshita beats Osprey, even if it's dirty, even if he uses a screwdriver or whatever. If Takeshita wins, Takeshita must have a world title match. Like right then and there. World title match for Takeshita. Right there. Because like he beat Osprey. He beat
Yeah,
Osprey. Like and he beat
Omega.
and he pinned Kenny Omega twice. Like forget Wardlow, forget Swerve, forget uh Hangman,
Hangman.
everyone. Takeshita needs that world title shot. Even if it's on a dynamite, it's on the collision, whatever, immediately. Like day after. They show it right after Revolution. Takeshita versus Joe. Or whoever is champion by Revolution.
You don't need a face of the revolution. Takeshita would be the face of the revolution.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like that's another thing they're going to announce this week because Tony Khan likes announcing things last minute is whoever the hell is going to be in the face of the revolution ladder match. But anyways,
I mean, they just, I mean, what's it called? Dax just literally just said, or called out BCC saying, at Revolution, we're coming for you. So,
yeah, and on this list here, it actually lists BCC versus FTR. So I
yeah,
think it's official. But
yeah,
before we get to that, I'm going to give my thoughts. Automatic 5 stars by the Mr. Old Man, Dave Meltzer, but it'll be a good match. It will be a banger, okay?
yeah.
I do agree. This is a good way to bring Will Ospreay into the world of AEW, and yeah, maybe babyface Ospreay could propel him to new heights. Maybe to title contention. Hopefully not immediately, but I could definitely
I
see them doing
mean,
that.
Osprey. It would be. Wait, are we talking about Takeshita or
I'm
Osprey?
talking about Osprey. Osprey
Oh,
getting
well,
right to
Osprey is already like reasonably a world title contender.
that. Yeah, it's like they're bringing back the rankings. He can't be a number one contender off one win. But
Yeah.
Takesha is a good first match. So
To
in
be
terms
fair, they put
of
Diana into the women's title like right away as soon as she debuted.
yeah, no, that is true. So it goes to
Oh, it
show that
feels
they
like it's
already
a
don't give up.
mix of
Well,
story and rankings,
a
and
mi- and
we're
she
making the rankings based off the stories.
yeah, I know because I looked at the rankings. It's like no way. There's like five other teams that can contend for the tag titles. I'm sorry, but um, yeah.
Uh-oh.
In terms of predictions, I'm gonna go. Yeah, no,
Osprey,
I froze for a bit, so I paused. Um, Osprey,
Osprey,
easy dub,
Osprey.
easy dub for Osprey.
Yeah.
He's not losing his first match as official member of the All Elite Wrestling roster. Then we move on to the BCC's John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli against FTR. I don't know, man. I love them both. I love both teams. So it's like, what happens after? What would happen after between FTR and BCC? It just goes to show that I don't
I
watch.
think what's it called? I think it's just a matter of who's better. I'm gonna say BCC probably win here,
Mm,
and then they try attacking FTR, and then this is some fantasy booking stuff. This is me being wishful thinking. They
fair.
attack FTR, coin drop, uh, and then Okada comes out and mostly goes after Claudio because they were teasing Claudio and Okada, and for a while, like when Danielson was like fighting
Yeah.
Okada, like Claudio said, Okada, I'm gonna fight you. Some I don't know when, I don't know where I'm going to face you. So
I mean, that's some wild fantasy booking shit right there.
I don't know why. Yeah, the only like weird part about that would be like, what would be like, why would Okada save FDR?
Yeah, that's true. It's like, unless it's just like,
Unless I don't know my history and they do have connections somehow.
unless it's purely like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That would be the only reason why. But yeah, I'm gonna go BCC on this as well. I feel like they need a win on a pay-per-view to really solidify themselves as a group, because individually all of these guys are great, but I feel like they've been too far apart for too long, and whenever they're together they always lose, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
yeah, give me Mox, give me Claudio, and I might be a little bit biased because I love them both and I booked them prominently in my universe mode, even though I disbanded them. I'm going to give the win to the Blackpool Combat Club against FTR. I think all these guys are going to kill it though. Then we get the Continental Crown Championship. If Danielson loses, he must shake Kingston's hand. Eddie Kingston defends against Brian Danielson. I'm going to go first with this. Kingston.
Yeah.
Why would you have this stupid stipulation that if Danielson loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand if you're not going
Um,
to have Kingston shake his hand? Now, listen, I would love it, love it, love it if Brian won the title here, but I've tried to really wrap my head around the possibility of Brian winning this belt, until a lot of my friends told me that it's way too soon for Kingston to lose the Continental Championship. And a win over Bryan Danielson will solidify Eddie Kingston as this new ish champion. And yeah, of course, the stipulation Danielson's going to shake Kingston's hand. It just spoiled it. So I'm going Eddie Kingston retains. Wolf?
Yeah. So, sorry, I thought they were gonna set up another match at Revolution, but it looks like it's next week.
Oof.
It's next week Collision. It's or I don't know if it is actually Collision, but they said next week Statlander versus Sky Blue. Um, so that should be interesting. Uh, regarding the Continental Crown Championship match, Eddie has to win
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's no it's I would love to see Brian with the title, but they're like it kind of there's no reason it kind of brings down Eddie. It like the whole this whole story is about Eddie getting the respect from essentially all of BCC, like and beating everyone in BCC, because like he's hated everyone. I mean, he didn't really get the respect from Yuta, but he did beat Yuta. He beat Yuta. He beat Claudio. He got the respect from Claudio. Uh,
He
he
beat
beat
Mox.
Moxley uh, at World's End to get that Continental Crown Championship. Thank God.
Hmm.
And now the last person left is a person who is denying him, which is Danielson. So now this is the ultimate vindication for Eddie. Like it, it feels right. It's only right that Eddie beats Bryan because Eddie can drop the title even if it's to Bryan again. If they fight at Double or Nothing again for that Continental Crown Championship, if Bryan somehow wins it and a qualifier opportunity, whatever, and becomes the number one contender again, uh, he can Bryan can get it at Double or Nothing or
Yeah.
whatever. But Eddie, I think, and like Eddie can drop the title anytime afterwards. This goes beyond the title. This win has to go to Eddie simply because he has to beat Bryan again.
Yeah, I do
Like,
genuinely
it's to,
agree.
like prove that it wasn't just a fluke win, that Eddie is on around that level of Danielson. He's like Danielson, of course, will be one of the best wrestlers of all time, uh,
Always.
easily. But it's time to like understand that Eddie Kingston now is there with Bryan. Like he's on the mountaintop with Bryan. So Bryan does not need this win. Eddie needs this win more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So our picks both is that Eddie Kingston retains the Continental Championship. Now we move on to the International Championship. Orange Cassidy defends against Roddy Strong. And listen, I am very biased here. I love me some End of Heartache. I love me some Roddy Strong. And I'm sick and tired of Orange Cassidy as international champion. I hope and I pray that Roderick Strong wins the international championship, adds some legitimacy and more gold to the undisputed kingdom because I feel like that's what they're probably aiming to do because Bennett and Taven can get involved. They're the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. So give Roddy the international belt. Like we've had a ton of time with OC as champion anyway. Give it to Roddy. He deserves it. and give the Undisputed Kingdom the credibility that they've been lacking, because a lot of people see them as jokes because of the joke that was the Devil storyline in late 2023. So yeah, I'm going to say shenanigans happen, and Roddy Strong locks out the new AEW International Champion. What do you think?
Yeah. So really, Roddy needs this win. It's only right that Roddy gets a win here and gets a title, gets that international title, especially since it also helps the Undisputed Kingdom. Like, it makes sense that Taven and Bennett have the ROH tag titles again for a third time or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
their third. Yeah,
but yeah, now in order to give more legitimacy to the Undisputed Kingdom, Roddy needs this win. Orange Cassidy, as great as he is, he doesn't need this international title anymore. If anything, he should drop the belt and start going for the world title.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, because he's proven that he's a world title contender now. He's on the level of a main eventer. He's on the level of, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up going for it. Like after he drops the international title, I wouldn't be surprised if the Joe retains, or hell, if Swerve wins it, whatever. If Joe retains, he'll fight Joe. I could see Orange Cassidy versus Samoa Joe for the world
it'd be
title.
a good match. It'd be a
It'd be
great
an
match.
amazing match. Even Swerve, if Swerve got the
Yeah,
world
they got a
title,
history.
whether it be at Revolution or later on in the year, I can see the first major opponent for Swerve, Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, that'd be good. I
Their
mean,
international title match was incredible.
oh, it was fire. Yeah, they have a lot of history. Why not run that back?
Yeah,
Um, okay, so both of our picks are and new. Next
yeah,
Strong, Roddy Strong. Now we go
definitely.
on to the TNT Championship match, which I felt was probably supposed to be a triple threat between Christian Cage, Daniel Garcia, and Adam Copeland, but now it is just strictly Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. And before we say our picks, I think this was a good decision to have it be one on one. Daniel Garcia has been underrated for so long. He's ridiculously over. And yeah, give him that opportunity. That Dynamite promo alone has made me invested in this match. Um, and in terms of a winner, I don't know. I really don't know. It could go either way. Um, but to be quite honest, I want Christian to retain. I mean, it's obvious. It's me. I love me some Father Christian, but I still feel like it's not time to take that belt off him. And Daniel Garcia, as talented as he is, I don't think it's time for him either. And it pains me because he's talented.
He is. Yeah.
He's so talented, but like the international or the continental, I see Daniel Garcia holding that more. Christian's legitimized this belt, and the only person who I really think Christian like can beat Christian is Adam Copeland when Copeland already did. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So my
The
pick
way
is
I
Christian
see it,
retains.
the way I see it, it's weird because like I can very well see uh the possibility of Copeland coming back and
Mm,
costing Christian the title and having Garcia win the title because of Adam Copeland costing Christian.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so I could see that, but yes, I do think otherwise. The only way I see this is Copeland, like Garcia loses, maybe Patriarchy comes in, tries attacking Garcia. Copeland returns and clears the field, and then probably All In, Double or Nothing, or All In. Uh, we got Copeland versus Christian again. Uh,
Yeah.
it's really weird because like I do want to see Daniel Garcia with a title, but I don't know what can. Another thing that worries me is that it feels like I'm like thinking at some point they'll ultimately turn Luchasaurus face, or I'm
Kill
sorry,
switch.
switch. Uh, they'll turn him face back to Luchasaurus, and then he'll take the title off Christian.
Yeah, it's either going to be Copeland or Luchasaurus. Those are the kill switch.
Yeah,
Those are the only two, or maybe even Nick Wayne and his mom, but you never know.
that would be crazy.
That
I
would be
really
crazy.
see. I really want to. We'll see what happens. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean, it will be a good match either way, and either way, Daniel Garcia is going to steal the show, and he has this big one-on-one match finally. But this could be the first of many for Daniel Garcia to prove himself. So, even if it's not his time yet, he's gonna shine. And just like Tiffany Stratton, you can steal the show and not win, but people will still talk about you. So now we
yeah.
move on. Speaking of people talking, we got the AEW Women's World Championship. We got Timeless Tony Storm versus everyone's favorite female in AEW by default, Deonna Purrazzo, for the AEW Women's World Championship. And again, this is another one where I can. Oh, bless you. And
Yeah.
then this is another one I can really see going either way because like Deanna's looking strong.
I
Deanna
will tell you right now that I might seem a little distracted because finally Malachi has a singles match.
on Collision. I saw that at work, and I was like, "There is no fucking way that he finally has a title. Sorry, a
A
singles
singles
match."
match. I mean, what's it called? Brian Keith is honestly a great opponent. Like, it's obvious Malachi will win, but like,
Yeah,
still,
it's
great
obviously done for
opponent.
Malachi to win, but I felt like Tony
I
Khan
think
got
they'll do
pressured.
well. I think they'll do well.
I felt like he got pressured because a lot of Tony Khan's replies on his tweets are, if you were to scroll down, are a lot of people being like, "Give Malachi a singles match." So he was
Yeah,
probably like, "Fine,
yeah,
here's
yeah.
one." But
Yeah, he's
anyway,
like, here, damn, like,
geez, leave me alone. I'm being
stop
bullied.
bothering me.
This
Yeah,
book,
because like
this booking
it
stuff's not
could
easy,
happen. Like, honestly, another thing is I could also see Malachi and also House of Black trying to jump Brian Keith, and then maybe Mark comes in, and then
What if this is a point of the last match? What if Daniel Garcia wins the TNT title and Malachi Black goes after Daniel Garcia?
I won't be mad. I will not be mad because
I'd be
Malachi,
happy. I'd be
yeah, Malachi getting a title is nice, but oh, why the TNT title? Like,
It's better than
it's
nothing.
better than nothing. Yes, it is. But like, if I had my way,
Malachi would be going after the world.
yeah, he'd get
You
one
know,
title shot. He'd get international title shot first, at least first.
yeah, at least international. But I feel like that's more of the Buddy Matthews
Actually, I could
championship.
also actually no. Rather than Garcia winning the title, I mean, I think Christian would retain. Honestly, uh,
I know, but it's
right
like the
now,
possibilities. You never know.
I could actually see Malachi taking the Continental crown from Eddie.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
That would be a great person for Eddie to drop it to,
That could be a good one. I do
especially
agree.
with the history Eddie and Malachi have.
That's true. But anyway, now we're talking about Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
And again, I could see this going either way
So the
because they're
thing
booking
is,
Deanna strong.
yeah. So a little back story of me regarding this match context and everything. Um, I don't. I don't. I'm still like trying to wrap my head around Tony Storm's timeless gimmick. Like it's just weird to me. It's just I don't hate it. I used to think it. I don't know if I still do, but I definitely used to think that it was like kind of overrated. Um, it's good, but like I'm confused. I just don't. It's like I don't know. Sometimes it's just not what I expect, and it's like okay, I'll give it more time. Give it more time, and I'm intrigued by it, but it's like definitely uh, I just could not comprehend it for a bit. I was like, especially with those like picture in picture silent uh movie skit things
The
that she
the the
had.
little filter every time
Yeah,
she's on screen.
like it was during picture in picture. She was, and it was like no volume, nothing. I was like, why? But no, this feud with Diana actually was great. Um, Also, this might be slight bias talking, but like, oh my god, Diana has like the some of the best gear I've ever seen in wrestling. Right, like right now, like yeah, like at this rate, if like Diana just keeps going like that, those end of year awards we did with Dylan and everyone, Diana's gonna be best gear easily.
Oh yeah, I remember that best gear category.
He's no contest. Diana's gonna be best gear.
If Deanna debuted a couple of months earlier, Deanna Purrazzo probably would have won
Yeah,
the best.
yeah, honestly, because I mean, the thing is, Swerve. I mean, the thing is with Swerve honoring Bray was pretty good though.
You mean House
So
of Black?
yeah, yes, House of
House
White.
of Black. Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Also, Zelina also had great gear in WWE. Seth, of course.
Seth just wears his wife's shoes, as Roman says. So
Uh,
it is what it is. But who's your pick to win in between Tony Storm or Deanna Purrazzo?
it's killing me because like it
I
feels
know which
more
one.
obvious that like Tony's gonna win, but damn, do I really want Deanna to win? I yeah, I know Tony's gonna win, but I genuinely want Deanna to win. That women's world title. I think Deanna is amazing. I think she would be amazing women's world champ, but maybe it's too early. But more realistically, bias aside, I do say Tony Storm retains, especially with big business coming up. I feel like they're gonna run Tony Storm and Mercedes. Uh, I could also see them doing Statlander and Tony Storm, do Thunder Rosa also. So
Yeah.
let's say Tony.
So Tony. All right.
Yeah, as much as I want Deanna to win.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I feel like it's way too early. Like, even though Deanna is being booked well in AEW in her first couple of months in the company, I don't feel like it's still enough to warrant a title reign this early. And much to your point, I feel like if there's anyone for Mercedes to really feud with, if she is going to AEW, which is basically confirmed. I mean, the Boston logo was in the back.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, I think it has to be Tony Storm because they're gonna want to put Mercedes in as a baby face, and Tony's like the heel in the women's division. So Yeah, like, and that's not to say that Tony and Deanna isn't gonna run it, aren't gonna run it back. Like Deanna can easily win it at a Double or Nothing, or a big episode of Dynamite. So yeah, I still feel like Revolution will not be Deanna's night, whether it's by shenanigans by Mariah May, I think her name is,
Yeah,
and Lutha, not Luther, Lutha.
yeah.
I feel like they're going to get involved. Cost Deanna, and Tony Storm will retain the AEW Women's World Championship. And I know Deanna is a good wrestler. I will admit,
She's amazing.
I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of her work in TNA, and she is an
Even just
amazing.
AEW, she's done enough to be incredible.
Yeah, exactly. Even AEW alone is enough for her to get booked like a star. Like, this is how you need to book your women more, Tony. Like
Yeah.
this, like, it's way too early. So I'm gonna go with my gut, and my gut, and I'm going to say Tony Storm retains. We only got two more matches to talk about. One of them being what this whole show is revolved around: Sting's retirement match, as Sting and Darby Allin defend the AEW World Tag Team Championship against everyone's favorite tag team, the EVPs, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Now, Wolf, who are your picks to win this match?
Pain. All I know is pain. Uh,
Love the Painbot callback. Oh,
like, yeah, this is just genuinely like a disappointment of, oh, okay, Brian Keith and Malachi going at it. Awesome. Um,
I forgot it's Saturday.
um, so I'll be honest, this sucks. Apparently it's what Sting wants, so not too livid about it. I mean, I am livid about it, but it's like I'm not blowing a gasket over it that much. I'm restraining myself because it's what Sting wants, and Sting absolutely deserves everything he wants. Um, like, why them though? They're like the worst real tag team of AEW right now.
Could have been the Hardys. Should
Could
have
have
been
been
the
the
Hardys.
Hardys. I don't care if we had that match before. I would have rather seen that again than what's it called? In fact, especially since the Hardys absolutely deserve a tag title run. Uh,
If Jeff
before they
didn't,
retire.
yeah, if Jeff didn't have that DUI, yeah, they could have. But
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could have. I mean, even now, I think that like just before they retire, they can end it. They can have a small, even if it's small, have a tag
yeah,
title run, and then retire after they drop it. But literally, I'm not even joking. This isn't like, oh, I'm getting worked or whatever. No, I genuinely do not like the Young Bucks. Uh, as people, they are garbage. Um, they are they were children. They are literal children that just don't understand business. They just bring down AEW. Um, and as a tag team, they've fallen off. They've fallen off. Their prime is done.
not according to everyone's favorite old man.
Uh, yeah, screw Dave. Dave doesn't. No, Dave lets himself get fooled so easily. Um, they've fallen off so hard. Their promos with this stupid EVP gimmick are literal newbie promos, newbie wrestler promos. They're just bad. They're just bad. They are the worst promos I've ever seen. That they are literally promos I expect of someone who just arrived at NXT. Um,
Oh,
that they are not a veteran tag team
shots fired.
wrestlers promos. Um, and have not watched from their ROH, their New Japan days, whatever. Like I haven't watched the Young Bucks before their time in AEW. I can confidently say this is the worst part of their careers.
Something tells me, Wolf, that you don't like the Young Bucks.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, clearly not. I used to.
Oh yeah,
But
me too. I
no,
used to love them.
they just don't know how to behave. Um, they like Kenny is the only adult of the elite. Um,
Not even Hangman.
Hangman, no, Hangman is like, I mean, well, Hangman's not a child like the Bucks.
Not the
He's just
empty-headed,
has issues.
not the empty-headed fucking dumb fuck, as CM Punk called him.
Yeah, no, Hangman just has issues and is weird, but he's not a child like the Bucks. Um, yeah, no, the bitch Bucks are worst tag team of all time.
Okay, well,
Well, not
personal.
of all time. No, in AEW right now, they no current day. I'm sorry, not of all
Yeah,
time. They're
there are
way
way
worse.
worse tag teams than
Way
them.
worse tag team. Current day in AEW roster, worst real tag team, because I will say the Bucks are better than Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
That's by default, though.
That is not an accomplishment. But
Well,
like literally,
personal
you can.
feeling, personal feelings aside, who do you think goes over? Do you think Sting will retire with a dub?
No,
Do
sadly
you,
not.
oh wow,
Unfortunately, the Bucks to have to get everything, even if they don't deserve it.
pain.
Pain. I'm not, and you
Oh.
have disappeared.
Yeah, I
When your
leaned back
stretching
and I
bag, you were
disappeared.
gone.
I leaned
Yeah,
back and I disappeared, which is my pure feeling. It's just like get me away.
unfortunately, we are going to see another tag title reign of the Young Bucks.
Fuck.
It's probably going to be the worst of them all.
They're
Um,
just gonna treat all the tag teams in the division like shit. It's like we're gonna pay you $25 to go out
it's
there and
like
wrestle.
like seriously, every real tag team is better. Like I'd say every ROH tag team is better than the Young Bucks right now.
Or watch them face jobbers like the Workhorsemen or
Yeah,
Top Flight.
yeah, I'm gonna be so. It's gonna be so great. So stupid.
You're gonna have another 300-day reign as
And them just facing
tag
jobbers,
team
it's gonna be
champions.
disgusting. Like literally, I end up being more excited over like Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, and I'm more
Yeah,
excited over Gates of Agony. I'm more excited over Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee than the Young Bucks, and they are not, they have not been doing too much as a tag team. Keith Lee has been terrible in AEW.
facts.
That's how bad Young Bucks are right now. It's
Hot
like,
take. Hot take. Keith Lee has been worse in AEW than his entire main roster career. Hot
yes,
take.
no, that's not a hot take. That's just fact.
At least Keith Lee fought for
Because
the
Keith
WWE
Lee,
title against Bobby Lashley.
yeah, Keith Lee managed to beat Bobby Lashley,
Randy Orton.
and managed to actually like properly fight against Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns.
He
Uh,
almost beat Roman at that
he
pay per view.
almost
That was
beat Roman, and I'm
peak
pretty
big
sure he
dog era.
also faced Drew at one point. Drew McIntyre at one point, or he. I mean, I know he teamed with Drew against Retribution, but
Yeah, well,
um,
he faced Bobby for the WWE title in an open challenge.
yeah. And I know,
Uh,
I think during pandemic era, he fought Drew at like one time,
yeah, I think
Raw or something or whatever.
it was either his debut or like a couple of weeks after.
it was I think like during the pandemic era with like retribution going around
Yeah,
and everything.
because that was Keith Lee debuted around the same time that Retribution did.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so you
I'm
are you
genuinely
thinking?
like I think Keith Lee needs to leave AEW and go back to WWE.
Oh, me too. Like
He has to. It's not a
even if
matter
he
of
goes to TNA, Keith Lee will be more of a star anywhere than where he is right now.
yeah, pretty
Because
much.
Andrade, he's getting video
Whoa,
packages.
Mark
Yes.
ended up.
What?
Okay, so I was just watching what happened with Malachi. What's it called? Mark came out.
Mark Briscoe?
And yeah, Briscoe came out and assaulted Malachi, and Buddy and Brody came in. Uh,
Oh, okay. So we're probably gonna get a 0 hour match between Mark Briscoe, Brian Keith, and whoever the fuck his partner is against.
well, Brian Keith doesn't really have a partner, and neither
Oh,
does
they'll find another Ring of Honor guy against
maybe
House of Black.
that
Well,
might be Keith Lee.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, anyway, we're talking about tag team titles. Who goes over? Are you saying Young Bucks?
Young Bucks, unfortunately. Another thing, based on what happened, uh, I can see uh, what's it called? Ric Flair trying to turn on Sting again. But
I
funny, but
completely
I have a
forgot.
funny scene for you. I feel like what's gonna happen. Ric Flair's gonna try turning on Sting, and Sting turns around and he's like, "Not this time." I already know how you work. Not this time. And
Uh,
then Ric Flair's like, "Okay,"
you
and
got
then
me,
backs
man.
out.
You got me. I mean, I wouldn't. I completely forgot Ric Flair was like, "I'm gonna be
Yeah,
there for your last match." Woo! Like, I don't want.
I swear to God, if Ric Flair actually turns on Sting and costs him the tag titles, I'm gonna be upset.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm
'Cause what
gonna
else?
cry.
What's? Oh no! I swear, if they do Ric Flair versus Darby Allin, no,
Darby's gonna kill him.
it's not even gonna be his fault. Well, I mean, it would. No, it won't. It'd be Tony Khan's fault, but no. It'd be his fault directly, but no, man, don't take that match.
Yeah,
But anyway, I'm gonna give my brief thoughts about it because we still got one more match to talk about by the time the night's over. Um, yeah, I don't know because it's like it could go both ways. I could definitely see them booking Darby and Sting to retain, and Tony loves doing his tournaments. They vacate the belts afterward. They have a big tournament, and someone wins the tournament. It could be Young Bucks. Um, but I don't know because it's like the Young Bucks. They got pull around there, man. They can pull a Rock and TKO
yeah,
and book themselves to win, or be like Tony, please. So it's like it could go either way. Um, and either way, Sting and Darby aren't holding on to those belts, obviously.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. And as much as I don't want to see it, and new AEW World Tag Team Champions, they be the record 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. Of course, they'd make themselves the record champs, the Young Bucks, and that leaves us to the final match that we are going to talk about. It is the triple threat match, or three-way as they call it, for the AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe defends against Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Wolf, who do you got for this?
Uh, as much as I would love uh, being reminded of whose house, it's not his house yet. Um, and still AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. I think it's too early for Joe to drop the title. Uh, I think at least by Double or Nothing. If anything, I don't even think Swerve ends up winning the title at, clearly not at Revolution, not even at Double or Nothing. I feel like he doesn't even win it from Joe. I feel like at Double or Nothing, Wardlow takes it from Joe,
Mm.
and then Adam Cole is cleared and says, all right, give me the belt." Wardlow says no, and then what's it called? Either we get Wardlow versus Adam Cole. Well, obviously, what's it called?
MJF
Wardlow.
would be back at this point too.
Well, no, it's like it's. I mean, it. I mean, kind of. It depends, but the thing is, what I feel like Wardlow would be kicked out of Undisputed Kingdom. By that point, Kyle hopefully comes back
Please.
and replaces him, because God, I need Kyle O'Reilly back. Uh, but yeah, I would also say probably just before All In, MJF comes back, and then All In we have the rematch, MJF and Adam Cole. Well, MJF and Adam Cole at All In too.
Yeah.
uh,
Second inning.
time. But yeah, as for who like we'd see for the world title, if Kyle comes back, I could see Kyle maybe wanting to grab that world title from Wardlow, or just Wardlow forcing Kyle into a match. Uh, or maybe Swerve, Wardlow versus Swerve, and Swerve wins at All In. People are saying, "Oh, Osprey should go for the world title at All In." No,
No.
no, it's not happening.
No.
Brian is
Please.
right there. No. So yeah, Osprey is probably fighting Brian at All In, or Fletcher maybe, just because it'd be probably a better look.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, so my thoughts on this match, kind of the same as yours. Definitely not going to be Hangman. Hangman's not winning this back. There's no reason to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him to win it back anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, as much as my heart is telling me swerve, 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 it's not going to be. Not yet anyway. Maybe by the end of the year. Samoa Joe, I feel like he's on a run with this belt and he should continue it. And yeah, maybe it could be Wardlow, maybe Swerve one-on-one, or maybe they're waiting for Samoa Joe and Adam Cole. I'd hate to hurt a friend. That stuff like that. But either way, yeah, I'm gonna say that too. And still AEW World Champion Samoa Joe. And besides, I don't think they want to have a big title change like that not happen in the main event, because it's clear that Sting and Darby versus Young Bucks are main eventing.
Yeah.
And yeah, like if they wanted to have the good visual of Swerve holding that belt, that would be the main event. That'd be my only hope for Swerve winning that belt, but I don't think that's
It's
happening.
yeah. That's why. Yeah. No. We. I'm pretty sure we already know Sting is main eventing.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, definitely. This whole event's built
is
around Sting.
built for Sting. Yeah.
Like, look at this. This is basically the pay per view. This is Sting's show. So it's like he's not gonna be co-main event or show opener. It's not happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was AEW Revolution 2024 predictions, and also earlier on in the stream, our Elimination Chamber 2024 review. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have made it this far, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for everyone who tuned in to the live stream. And if you are watching the video replay, Be sure to leave a like. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to turn post notifications on. Thank you guys so much for the support on the recent videos. For example, the O'Shea Jackson Jr. video, which is popping off. I love to see it. Thank you guys so much for the support on the cable television deal that I have received for my show in Ottawa, Ontario. Well, in Ontario, Canada. It's not Ottawa.
Well, I know this is kind of late, but
Yeah.
the Meat Madness match has been decided. It is a triple threat match between
What?
Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Lance Archer.
Okay, Wardlow.
Yeah, Wardlow wins. Yeah, but
Okay.
still, that's pretty nice to see because I'm glad Lance Archer is getting some showcase.
Yeah, he's going to be on this one pay-per-view and not going to be seen again. Like,
I mean, no,
he's come and go with Lance Archer.
He's been showing up from time to time, like
from
month.
time to time. Yeah, like what the hell? Give him a good run, Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I don't
Come
know.
on, man.
They had this faction thing with Lance Archer and the Righteous, and I'm like, where are we? What did we
where are they
abandon
now?
that, or did we leave that to ROH? Like,
I don't know.
We had something here.
I do not know. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support recently on the TV show as well. And on the videos. It means the absolute world to me. Also, be sure to check out the Universe mode. I book Monday Night Raw. This guy books SmackDown. Tomorrow, I will finally record episode 28 of Friday Night SmackDown. I've been slacking because of the big week that I've had, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Also, be sure to be on the lookout for more videos coming your way. And yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired. Fucking elimination chamber killed me. So yeah, that's about it for me. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. Be sure to support Wolferus as well, and all of his lovely live stream appearances on the Last Week in Wrestling podcast. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Leo. Leo, my sincerest condolences go out to you on the fact that Liv did not win the Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry. But, hey, good things come to those who wait, Hunter? Okay, I swear that's going to be my last bit of Liv slander in this video. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on. I have been Willie Does Wrestling. That has been Wolferus, everyone's favorite wrestling co-host. And we will see you in the next video. Be good, people, and peace. Where's my outro? There it is.